attention, because this video is being recorded the same day the other shotgun video was recorded. Kind of like a little series. Whatever. Alright, this one we're going to talk about shotguns for home defense. I don't use a shotgun for home defense. I use this little beauty right here, 10.3 inch SBR. Yes, it is SBR and it's registered to moi. Anyway, I use this for home defense. I just feel more comfortable with AR-15s. It's more easily accessorizable, easier to accessorize. It's easier to put a red dot on. It's easier to put a flashlight on. All that cool guy stuff. It holds more rounds. I'm just more comfortable with it. It's lighter, it's smaller, it doesn't recoil as much. It's probably a little bit louder because it's a 10.3 inch, but whatever. It's easier for me, for my wife to use. That's what I use. But if you don't have one, or you don't want to use one, and you want to use a 12 gauge shotgun, I'm going to talk about some stuff you need to think about. First, shotgun video, I talked about patterning your gun, seeing how your particular barrel is going to group that particular load at a particular distance. Figure out your longest shot in your house. Go outside, put the ammo in it, shoot it, see what size group it is, see where it hits in relation to where you aim at, because it's probably going to hit a little higher than you're aiming. And even you can even go as far as measuring out distances. Like if you go into a hallway, how far is like your bedroom door? You come out the bedroom door, as far as you can look into the living room, hallway, wherever. Figure out how long that is, figure out how big your group's going to be, figure out how high. Kind of pre-plan. Like, if any of you guys are firefighters, we pre-plan. We go into a building, we see what we need, we see what the hydrants are, we see if they have sprinklers, how we're going to get in the doors, where points of egress are, stuff like that. Pre-plan. It's your house, you live there, you got plenty of time to plan. Alright, so next we're going to go over some myths about shotgun. You do have to aim the shotgun, especially within these distances of a house. Your group is probably going to be not much bigger than a fist at a inside the home distance. So you're going to have to aim, because you could hit it anywhere within somebody's body if you just point from the hip and shoot. So you're going to want to aim to make sure you put all the pellets where you want, and so they can do the most damage the fastest. Another thing to be aware of, these things run out of ammo very fast. They only hold, this one, if you put one in the chamber, will hold 7 rounds of 2 3/4. 7 rounds is not a lot. That's like a revolver, like a shield, something like that. 7 rounds is not a lot. So, as much as you're going to shoot this thing, you ought to be loading it even more. That's why I have ammo on the side right here, because 7 rounds not a lot. You never know how much you're going to need. You might miss a few times. You might have to shoot more than one person. You never know. So, get a tube as long as the barrel. Put as many rounds as you can in there, and get a side saddle. Another thing, talking about shotguns, birdshot. I'm not an expert on like shotgun ballistics, but I think I know enough to know that buckshot is going to be better than birdshot when you're talking about shooting 150 to 200 pound objects. We don't hunt deer with birdshot. I know it's a lot closer than hunting, but they call it buckshot for a reason. That's what you're 200 pound, 100 pound deer. You want to shoot it with buckshot. Same thing with humans. Shoot them with buckshot. Yeah, birdshot's going to be a real tight package at 3 to 5 yards, but it's just not going to be as effective as buckshot. Why not use the best thing you can? And another thing, a lot of people like to stagger rounds for whatever reason, whether it's like the candy cane load, buck, like birdshot, buck, or buck slug, whatever. or they like to do like first few of this, the next few of that. Like, I'm not gonna tell you it's wrong, but it's just I don't see a need in it. It's like, you're not gonna know, what type of shot you're gonna need first. Like, you're gonna say, oh, I need bird shot because I want to do this, or buck shot because I want it to do this. You're not gonna know what your first shot's gonna have to be. Whether they might be partially hiding behind a piece of furniture, like couch or whatever. Blast through it, hit them. So just put buckshot in the whole thing, all the way down the tube, all on the side saddle. Put buckshot, as many as you can. That way you don't have to worry about trying to count, oh, what shell do I have next, or what do I got? Did I shoot him a bird shot? Did I shoot buck? I don't know. Just put buckshot in the whole thing. Number 4, I guess it's 4, double-aught, whatever you want to put, buckshot. Now, I did say fill the side saddle, the whole thing, with buckshot. I do have 2 slugs on here in the back. They're flipped different, so I kind of know they're different. That way, you never know if you might have to take a shot longer than 20 yards or so. It's not loaded in the tube. I can always, swap these. I can, you can hold that round from going in and then rack it, put the slug in. There's different techniques of not chambering from the tube and loading one in the chute, the chamber, whatever you want to call it. Put a slug in if you want to hit accurately at a longer distance. I don't really foresee myself needing that. That's why I only got 2 on there. Alright, so gone over, you do have to aim, what kind of ammo to pick, all that stuff. Another thing, a 12 gauge is going to kick pretty good. I'm a 220 pound guy and I'm like super duper strong, whatever. So I can handle it, for 10 rounds or whatever. I can rock and roll a 12 gauge. That being said, I'll probably shoot a 20 gauge even better because it recoils less. You can shoot it faster, all that stuff. So be aware of who's in your house, who might be having to use the gun. Are they going to be able to handle a 12 gauge? A pump kicks harder than a semi-automatic because it's a closed chamber. All the recoil is hitting the bolt, going back into your shoulder. On a semi-automatic, some of that energy is getting absorbed in the recoil, so it doesn't kick as hard. So yeah, just keep in mind, 12 gauge is a grown man's gun. I know women can shoot them, and women that can shoot 12 gauges are hardcore. There's some pretty bad chicks, if they can rock a 12 gauge. I'm not saying they can't, I'm just saying, if you're a girl, you can shoot 12 gauge like a man, more power to you. You're a pretty hardcore girl. So I mentioned the side saddle a little earlier, what I have loaded in it. Now I guess I need to actually talk about the side saddle. Like I said, shotguns don't hold that much ammo, and if you're going to grab this for home defense, you're going to be grabbing it and only it. You're not going to be grabbing, some might be able to throw like a little chest rig with some more ammo on it, but for the most part, most people are just going to grab the gun and what's on it. So if you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, wait, 2, 4, 6. If you can put 7 more rounds on the side of the gun, plus the 6 or 7 in the gun, you're going to be doing a lot better. This side saddle, I can't remember where I got it from, but I know like SOE makes some. Different people make, it's just a nylon backed. It's got Velcro, like here. Let me just show you like this. The main body of it is like some thick scuba webbing, nylon type stuff, and then they put Velcro on the back, and it's just got elastic loops on the front. And you can go to Walmart, buy some heavy duty, like sticky Velcro, put the female side, the loop, I guess, the soft side on the side of the gun. Then take your shotgun card and Velcro it to the side of the gun. This one has a little loop, so when you get done, you can rip it off. If you got another one somewhere, you can slap it on. You got more ammo. This is pretty simple. It doesn't do anything permanent to the gun. You'll have a little residue, but with some alcohol and a little elbow grease, you could probably get it right off of there if you really wanted to. They do make some that replace like the little pins right here. They like go in through there, and it's a plastic side saddle. Those are probably good too. You just have to make sure. I've seen some of them after you shoot a lot, the shells will kind of wander down because of gravity and all. I haven't seen that as much with the elastic ones because it's got like constant pressure around the shell. I shot this one all day, all morning this morning. I've shot skeet with the side saddle on, for extended periods of time. The shells don't wander out. The Velcro doesn't come loose. It's just a pretty good little deal. I do have this thing on here, which I don't like because none of my slings match it. It's not really QD. I guess like one of those little AK clips could probably hook in there. I don't know, whatever. It does need a sling if you're going to use it for home defense. A sling to a long gun is like a holster to a pistol. There's going to be a time where you're going to need to put the gun down and use hands, but you don't want to put the gun down. You just want to sling it. That way it's with you. Also, it would need a flashlight, which this one has right here. I don't use this for home defense, so I don't have a light on it. The light that would be on it is being used on another gun that needs it more. So anyway, put a light on it, put a sling on it, put some ammo on it, know where it hits and know how big your group is going to be. And yeah, shotguns can be really effective if you know how to use them. I've heard Clint Smith say, I'm pretty sure he'd probably come up with this. He comes up with a lot of stuff. Pistols put holes in people. Rifles put holes through people. Shotguns take chunks of them and put it on the floor. And then you have to come get somebody to clean that chunk up off the floor. So basically, shotguns are pretty dangerous if you know how to use them.